All right. Happy Saturday morning here from the Washington D.C. Convention Center. We're on the road today, so we're gonna try also being a little bit outside of our sitting at a chair looking at a webcam, which is kind of cool. I'm here with Jamie Larunas from Upgraded Points, is who he mostly writes for, and it also works with us on various projects. We're going to chat a little bit about today about the bombs that Marriott dropped yesterday. And Jamie, I kind of reading through what was reported on the Points Guy yesterday. What were we? There you go. And then there's John on the. I guess he didn't get the memo that we were going live.
So much for that idea.
No, we're still live.
Oh,
we're gonna hang on for just a minute. This is YouTube. It's not on Facebook. It's not somewhere else. Bad coffee. He's advertising about the bad coffee in the exhibitors lounge. We'll make sure to check that out later. All right. All right. So let's start and dissect a little bit. This kind of puzzles me a little bit. So I guess they just decided to not move properties up and down in categories. They just decided to add points in the new fashion, or it can go up with this much or whatever. What do you make of that stuff?
Yeah, I'm not sure why they didn't really increase categories on each of them. So the way I sort of understand is that 97% of the categories are going to, or the hotels are going to remain sort of as is within their ranges, right? Between their peak and their low ranges, and 3% are kind of off the table and fair game to, sort of be changed as they please. So we saw in the last few days the changes for those 3% hotels. I think on the max it's 30,000 points, and on the low end it's 5,000 points plus or minus off of the peak and low ranges. So you're right. I'm not sure why some of those didn't change. Some of them moved, up points, and they're a category 5 or a category 6, and why they didn't just bump it up to a category 7 or a category 6 or whatever it is. I don't really know what the thought process was on that.
Yeah, it's a little bit confusing rather than doing the classic thing. I know that the revenue-based stuff is coming next year, but it doesn't make sense to me why they wouldn't just move hotels in categories. But such as it is, but it also is kind of a way of sneaking in some good properties and, potentially have redemptions to 110,000 points for the ones who are category 8.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of aspirational properties on there that, are worth booking right now if you have the points for it. I think kind of the best strategy moving forward, right, kind of knowing of this devaluation, is to maximize the book 5 nights, then get one of them free. And
all right, keep going. All right, so sorry about that, guys. It's we're at the Travel and Adventure Show, live from the Travel and Adventure Show here in Washington D.C. Let's dive into the list a little bit, because here's the strangest part. So they have just made a list, and these hotels can potentially go up 5,000 points, which I assume that they will, and up to 30,000 points. So instead of just being clearer in the last year and just doing category changes, they've done this, because there are a lot of hotels here that are not, close to the top.
Mm-hmm.
So if we skip over all of the hotels in China that nobody that watches this would ever stay at, in very small cities, looks like there is nothing in the major thing. I see a Courtyard in Shatton that supposedly goes up to 5,000 points. Which is, let me put this on the screen so we can all take a look at it. Hey, Ben, thanks for stopping by on this unannounced thing. Let us put this on the screen and see what we got going on here in this list here.
So I guess in general, for those kind of watching here, most of these are obviously your upper end properties, right? Your W's, your Ritz Carltons, your St. Regis, in your top areas, right? There's some in Venice, there's some In Paris, there's
Yeah,
some
let's go
on
through
Maui.
let's go through the list
Yeah.
here. So hang on for just a sec. So looking at the ones that are 5,000 first, all these in China, not really that interested. And then we see some, in the U.S. there are, because of the pent up demand right now, with Americans not being ready to leave the country just yet, there's a lot of, courtyards and Fairfield Inn and Suites that are just moving up with 5,000, which, sure, it would make more sense to me to do the category changes, but what do I know? Nothing. It is worth mentioning that the Fairfield Inn and Suites in the Tulsa, Catoosa, close to where our dear friend and real estate mogul and also avid, what is it called, Airbnb supporter, Brandon Neth from it lives around there. Brandon, the Catoosa property is now up.
Yeah, save your points.
So, yeah, exactly. So because everybody in Tulsa Hill as well. Tulsa must be like the new go to places in the U.S. So moving over to the 10,000 category here, we see that Marriott. I do believe it's kind of in a bad location, if I remember correctly. It's not have been
Which one?
The Beijing Marriott. Don't remember, to be honest with you. Maybe somebody knows and can comment in the section. Even we didn't announce which, so I don't decide. Announce us having this broadcast, so I don't expect a big readers. If you look down, Ritz Carlton in Langkawi, up 10,000. In the St. Regis as well.
JW in Vancouver is a nice hotel.
Right. I think that the two in the ones in Asia, it's too early. It's not the good time to be raising prices at this point when we see Bali at I looked at the Grand Hyatt in Bali at $69 and stuff like that. So we got the W in Goa, which is, I've heard, never been. The Mykonos Asian. Is that how you say it?
Isn't that where we stayed, or no? Is that
No. The Mykonos was it's actually on the list. Our hotel is Santa Marina is coming down at the bottom. To be honest with you, and then you have the one. Here's an important one. The Marriott's Village de France is the one that's next to Disney, I believe, which goes up 10,000. You got the Cabos. JW, the Cancun Ritz, Ted Cruz's favorite place, goes up. We've got some more aloft in Ocean City. We're going we talked about that earlier. We have a lot of domestic travel in Fairfield Inn and Branson, and Fairfield Inn and Suite in Lake Geneva up in Wisconsin. A lot of stuff in Florida. It's a kind of a weird list here of Residence Inn and things like that.
Well, one of the things I noted to Tommy before is some of these, you see this one on Branson, you're right, some of these places are not year-round destinations. They've got a limited tourist season, yet the price is going up. Even if you're staying in the off-season, you're still going to see the jacked-up rate. So
but do we know that? Can they still do the lower off-peak? But I think that it would be like a category change, right? So it would go up, as the minimum would go up to 10,000 with 10,000 points.
Right, potentially it could still, I guess, vary within that range.
Right,
sure.
And also when people start traveling abroad, we're gonna definitely see a lot of demand coming late this year with COVID on the rebound, and so all of these things. I see that the Westin Hapuna Beach Resort on the Big Island in Hawaii, great property, and that it's going up 10,000. This really doesn't surprise me. But now it's the same category as, I believe, as the Mauna Kea Autograph Collection right next to it. I was looking at that because we're going on vacation to Hawaii in mid-April. I was looking at these hotels, and the Westin is like $750, and the Mauna Kea is over $1,000. So the prices that the Four Seasons Tualalai used to be at is what these hotels are. So I think that they're still good value, and it makes sense to move them a little bit. A W Fort Lauderdale, rundown and pretty horrible hotel these days. It's just really needs a desperate need. It used to be a nice place, but with the great balconies and stuff and a cool pool. But at the end of the day, it's just it needs to be refurbished. What else have we got here? Now we're moving up to the 20,000 category. Turtle Bay Mauritius has been a great redemption. Not so much anymore, with it going up with 20,000. The Fiji Marriott Resort Maumee Bay was the last resort I stayed at before the pandemic. Boy, oh boy, is that it's kind of like Tahiti without the nice swimming. It's got a fake lagoon that these overwater villas are in, which does not show in the pictures, and it's not it's the lagoon is not, you can't see the bottom. It's really muddy, and it's not a really good hotel, and food and beverage is very expensive, and not to mention the 10% credit card fees that they have. Let's see. Okay, so here we go. The Mitsui in Kyoto, which I was looking forward to checking out. Just have had a good time at the other ones. The Ritz Carlton Kyoto also on the list. The Sanya edition also on the list. It is a lot. It's 20,000 on top of on the top level that these properties are at. So
I think the big one on here, I know a lot of bloggers are talking about, is the Le Méridien in the Maldives, which is currently 40,000 a night, right? So when you take into account your free night on the fifth night, that's a steal.
Yeah.
So that, I know a lot of people are booking that over the last year.
Right, and the St. Regis is always also going up. It's so weird because most of these hotels are in different categories. This just doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know what the hell these guys are doing right now. This is just weird. But anyways, let's continue on the list. The St. Regis Bora Bora is going up, so that will be up to 110,000 points per night. We're believing going down to the Caribbean. We've got Cayman Islands, all the Ritz Carltons that are feasible. They got the St. Regis in Puerto Rico, which must have the highest resort fee in the world. Like, I think $130 or whatever,
Really?
Something like that. Wow. Is a horrible resort fee, and it's because it's not. Since Marriott's the only major chain that doesn't charge, that charges their members, even their top tier members, a resort fee. They charge it. You're still going to be stuck with the hundreds of dollars of resort fee bills when you redeem it, contrary to Hyatt and Hilton, who doesn't charge that when their members are using their hard-earned points. Let's keep looking here on the list. We'll move over to Europe. Not familiar with the one in Corfu, but let's look here. We've got a couple of all of the properties in Costa Smeralda seems to be going up. There's a couple more. I think there's three more, but three of them are going up. Haven't stayed at either one of these three. Mystique, a popular place in Santorini, is going up 20,000. The Gritty Palace, which is now at 20,000 up, which puts it at 100. Still good value though.
But keep in mind the other Marriott property there is going away.
Daniele is moving away, and you still have the St. Regis is new where the Westin was. Santa Marina, where we had our event, great hotel. The original Buddha bar is there. Very cool place. The Hotel de la Paix in Geneva, which is a 79-room Ritz Carlton, gorgeous place right on the lake. It's a good, really nice. It was a really nice redemption, and now not so much. We have you can get it down to like 500-600 francs in the off season. Now it's close to 700-800 when it's in season. So we have the W in Verbier, great ski resort, one of the few that Marriott has, and it's now moving up. What else will we have here? We've got Middle East. I don't know if you're familiar with that Ritz there. Okay, let's move over to the U.S. Florida again, holiday destination. And as you can see, they're just literally moving things up because of the pent up demand for this year, which that's a good reason why you're seeing so many hotels go up in the U.S. All of the Residence Inn and the low end ones. This is a good time to get your ass on a plane and leave the country for a while. Let's see. Ritz Carlton, like pretty much every Ritz Carlton there is. The one by Central Park. Bal Harbor one, great hotel. The only thing weird with that place is that they don't have a room with a direct ocean views. Those are condos. So I thought that was kind of strange. The Lake Tahoe one, which is also now has a resort fee of $55 a day and parking the same. So that'll be, when you use your point, you're still going to be out $150 a day with all taxes and fees. Aspen going up, the Bal Harbour St. Regis also going up, the St. Regis New York flagship property, phenomenal place, also going up, will be 100,000 points. So and peak. The Westin, the Kaanapali Westin Ocean Villa. So that's the not the Westin itself, but the condos that are next to it. Okay, or up the street. W South Beach, Bompin Place.
It's far removed. I don't know. I'm not a fan of it, but
I thought that Traeger just stay there, and I thought he said that it just redid the whole place.
Oh, did they? Okay.
I think they did.
Okay.
I think he said was really happy with the room. All right, moving on to the worst of the worst when it comes to increases in price. We've got 30,000 points. We've got the Ritz in Koh Samui. We've got the Nikko one, which is a great hotel up on the on the northern island in Hawaii. No, Hawaii.
No, say.
In Hokkaido, in Japan, of course. Early in the morning for me. It's only 6:45 a.m. California time. Let's see. We have the Cristallo, which is the other up in the Italian Alps, just north of Veneto, Prosecco country, and close to Venice and close to Verona. Another ski resort. The other one of the two so both the two are going up. This is going up significantly. They do have the Olympics coming there. Maybe that has something to do with that. But the Olympic was just now, so it's the next one. So it'll be a while.
It would be after the changes anyway. Yeah.
Right. So we've got
bunch in Paris.
Yeah. So you have the Champs-Élysées Marriott, the one with the nice balconies where you have. It's a little bit noisy though, so you have to be okay with the Champs-Élysées noise. But really cool with the balconies where you can sit outside. We've got the Renaissance Paris Vendôme, which is like a backup property in case everything else is kind of done. Surprised that one went up, and the Westin did not. But it's a great backup hotel. Not at when it's going up in 30,000. I think it's a Category 6 now. It's not high up there. It's
so that'd be 90,000 a night. That's steep.
Exactly. That's forget about it. I think that it's a Category 6, but I'm quite sure that it is. All right, let's look at the other ones. We're looking in Mexico. We've got a couple of hotels in Cabos. Don't go there. I don't go there, but you might. Let's see here. All right, so let's move into the U.S., which there are some significant changes. The Grand Bohemian in Asheville is a popular place. Charleston as well. Those two properties have been desirable. I don't know which category they're in, but going up with 30,000 points. Pent-up demand again. That's why we're seeing this. So that I think that a lot of these hotels we're seeing in the U.S. we're going to see that when it turns into being revenue-based, it's going to drop like a stone. It's going to be much cheaper to redeem because a lot of these makes little sense. All right, here we go. There's the Mauna Kea we were just talking about. So obviously that one goes up to 30,000 points. So it would be 100,000 points for that one per night. What else do we have? We have the Santa Barbara, Ritz Carlton. We've got the Georgetown one that's here. I think that's a pretty lower. I don't remember. It's definitely not a top category, but it is now. The one in Fort Lauderdale, the Half Moon Bay one, is going to Category 8++. My favorite hotel in California, the Laguna Niguel, goes up and it's you can get that one. That was the one that you can still do if you can find an opportunity to use your 50,000 points coupon. Use it there and use it now because obviously soon you won't be able to. So Ritz Carlton in Sarasota, who cares? You got the WeHo edition, which we were looking at for our corporate get together, is going up with 30,000. And there's the Westin Kaanapali, the Westin Maui. All of them are going up. So the one in Princeville and Kauai is also going up. So pretty much in Wailea Beach Resort, which is the which is a property that likes to take a dump on Bonvoy members. That's kind of like their favorite thing. They send you, instead of giving you a full breakfast on your hard-earned vacation, they send you to Starbucks where you get a bowl of fruits and a coffee, and that's the breakfast they're offering. So you literally get nowhere to sit. You can sit outside on like a Starbucks table, and it's absolutely a disgrace. So wouldn't go there anyway, and you shouldn't either, to be honest with you. So
and the resort fees,
hefty resort fees and all that stuff. It's just not a good option on that island. You should, if you're going to do something, go to the Ritz if you're not going to get breakfast anyways. So those are the list. That's the list. I mean, a little bit surprised of the Asia changes that they seem to be going up, especially in Japan, which is effectively still closed.
Sure.
Surprises me quite a bit. Not 100% sure why we would see so little changes in Europe. I mean, we've seen some of the iconic properties, but not kind of like all of them.
Some of this may be based on expected demand too, instead of current.
Right. Yeah. No, I think it's going to be busy this summer. That's probably why you're right, and that's probably it. So, but I mean, at the end of the day, no big surprises. 200 properties, but in a chain, it's significant because you have a chain here that has, a lot of hotels, and the vast majority of them are Residence Inn and Courtyards and things like that. So the ones that you literally stay at for work, but that you don't usually redeem your points at. And now it's going up, especially specifically in the U.S. mostly because of the demand we saw last summer. Doubling in prices, tripling in prices has typically been a thing. So I think the conclusion we should do is it's time to travel out of the country.
Yeah, just my 2 cents, different perspective here. Some of these, especially going up 30,000, 20,000 points a night, I would be okay with it if the resort fee wasn't there, right? To stay at some of these and still be tacked on a $50 resort fee, that's just offensive at this point, right? So I'd be okay maybe paying a little bit more points if it sort of offset that and it put it in line with Hilton and Hyatt. But to raise these points and then continue the trend that Marriott's on, I think that's not a good move for them.
Completely agree with that. They're a loner in that sense, and there's a way of addressing the rebound and how you approach the rebound. And if your rebound approach is that you're going to make up for all of the money that you lost through the pandemic, I think that is very short-sighted. But at the end of the day, it is what it is with this list, and I think that we are, it's definitely a little bit weird that they did it like this, that they didn't just move categories until next year. It's fine, they've done it, and we're just going to have to wait and see how it plays out. And we're going to do a video as soon as this drops. We'll do a video when we start seeing these redemption, what the reality is and what the cost actually is, and how the trend is throughout the year. Thanks for dialing in. This is Jamie and Tommy reporting from the Washington, D.C. Convention Center, and we're going to stay here all day. If this is live, if it is live, send us a message, and we'll get you tickets to come in. If not, you're watching a recording later, which most people will probably do. Tough luck. We'll see you next time.